Welcome, dear listeners, to another spine tingling episode of Creepy Creatures. Today, we're delving into the dark and twisted world of Malaysian folklore. Brace yourselves for a tale that will make your skin crawl, the haunting story of the Penanggalan. The Penanggalan, also known as Hantu Penanggal, is a creature that's part of the rich tapestry of Southeast Asian horrors. Originating from Malaysia, this vampiric entity takes the fear of the unknown to gruesome heights, earning its place among the most unsettling legends from around the world. Now, before we unravel the eerie details, let's understand the meaning behind the name. Penanggal or Penanggalan in Malay translates to detach or to remove, and trust me, that name is fitting given the creature's unnerving habit of detaching its head from its body. Unlike other vampiric entities, Penanggalan are exclusively female, capable of seamlessly masquerading as ordinary human beings in the light of day, revealing their grotesque nature only under the cover of night. Their preferred targets are pregnant women and newborn babies, explaining their inclination towards professions such as midwifery. It's a sinister irony. While they go about their daily routine like any normal woman, their true malevolent selves emerge after dark. The Penanggalan's ability to blend in makes it particularly unsettling, as it carries out its nocturnal activities undetected, preying on the vulnerable without a hint of its sinister dual existence. During the night, it grotesquely twists its head off its body, taking flight into the darkness, driven by a relentless quest for blood. Resembling a macabre omen of childbirth, the Penanggalan perches itself atop the roofs of homes where women are in labor, patiently biding its time. As the laboring woman brings forth life, the Penanggalan, with its invisible tongue, infiltrates the confines of the dwelling, insidiously commencing the blood-draining ritual upon the new mother. In some chilling scenarios, it goes beyond mere bloodlust, devouring the placenta, extracting the lifeblood from the newborn, and indulging in the flesh of its hapless victims, creating a nightmarish tableau of horror and malevolence. The creature, in its gruesome feeding habits, seldom completely drains its victims. However, those unfortunate enough to fall prey to its bloodlust inevitably succumb to a relentless wasting disease, an almost inescapable fatality. As if the torment of expelling another human being from one's body weren't harrowing enough, the afflicted must now contend with the haunting presence of a blood-sucking mass of organs dangling ominously outside their windows. Even those who manage to elude the Penanggalan's invisible tongue face the cruel fate of developing incurable, open sores if, by sheer misfortune, they come into contact with the dangling entrails of this nightmarish entity. Let's discuss the Penanggalan's peculiar habits. According to folklore, she floats through the air in search of her next meal, but alternative accounts suggest she can pass through walls or ooze up through cracks in the floorboards. Some stories paint her as using her intestines like tentacles, entangling victims in a gruesome web. But here's a bizarre twist. The Penanggalan is quite organized. She keeps a vat of vinegar in her house, a crucial element for her to return to her body. After a night of floating head shenanigans, she immerses her entrails in vinegar, allowing them to shrink and fit back into her abandoned body. I wouldn't recommend trying this at home, though. Vinegar baths are best left to the supernatural. Now, for those in Malaysia looking to protect themselves, thorny leaves scattered on the roof or looped around windows are believed to trap or injure the creature's entrails. In certain instances, families go to great lengths, strategically planting pineapple trees beneath their houses several months prior to a child's birth. This practice is rooted in the architectural tradition of Malay houses being elevated on stilts. The belief is that the spiky presence of the pineapple, strategically positioned, will act as a deterrent, preventing the Penanggalan from intruding through the floorboards and wreaking havoc upon the household. Pregnant women take an extra step by keeping scissors or betel nut cutters under their pillows, as the creature fears these items. But what if you find yourself face to face with a Penanggalan? Dispatching her isn't for the faint of heart. Once an unsuspecting Penanggalan becomes ensnared in foliage or entangled within a forest of pineapple trees, dispatching it becomes a relatively straightforward task using machetes. Alternatively, discovering the Penanggalan's residence is another effective approach. While these creatures assume the guise of normal women during daylight hours, certain telltale signs betray their true nature. They habitually avoid eye contact, exhibit a hungry lip-licking demeanor during midwifery duties, and carry a perpetual stench of vinegar. To uncover the creature's lair, discreetly track her back to her residence. Wait until nightfall, then casually infiltrate her abode. If the suspect is indeed a Penanggalan, she would have left her headless body behind as she took flight into the night for her nocturnal feeding. Fill the vacant body with shards of broken glass. When the unsuspecting Penanggalan attempts to reattach herself, her internal organs will be severed. Preventing her re-entry into the host body before sunrise, or sanctifying the body through cremation will also ensure her demise. However, if the goal is merely to prove a friend's Penanggalan status for a bet, a simpler method suffices. Flip the body upside down. According to Malaysian folklore, the Penanggalan, while adept at leading a complex double life, lacks the intelligence to recognize the front of her own body. Flipping her body results in an inevitable backward attachment. When she emerges from her dwelling the next day, her head will be unsettlingly facing in the wrong direction. Now, let's take a moment to visualize the Penanggalan. By day, this creature masquerades as an ordinary woman, but when night falls, she transforms into a grotesque apparition. The macabre creature separates its head from its body and takes flight, its dangling internal organs casting an eerie glow akin to fireflies in the moonlit night. As it soars, its long disheveled hair fans out, and its piercing red eyes illuminate the darkness. While the Penanggalan primarily employs its invisible tongue for draining prey, its depiction often includes menacing fangs. The count of fangs varies across regions, with some likening it to the Western vampire with two fangs, while others describe the average Penanggalan adorned with a mouthful of these predatory appendages. The unsettling image of this nocturnal entity, with its detached head and menacing features, adds an unsettling layer to its supernatural existence. Let's explore the origins of this nightmarish creature. According to traditional Malaysian folklore, a Penanggalan is created when a woman, young or old, uses black magic to obtain everlasting beauty. The catch? She must abstain from eating meat for 40 days. Breaking the pact results in a gruesome transformation into this bloodthirsty creature. In certain instances, a woman might meet a grim fate during childbirth, transforming into a Penanggalan, or be ensnared in a potent curse beyond her control, although the latter is less common. An alternative Malaysian folktale recounts the origin of the creature as a once beautiful priestess. During a ritual bath in a tub filled with vinegar, a man startled her, causing her to jerk her head so violently in shock that it severed from her body, leaving her disemboweled. Enraged, the priestess pursued the intruder, leaving her empty body behind in the tub. This version offers no clear explanation for the Penanggalan's subsequent predation on pregnant women and newborns. A more plausible rendition asserts that the original Penanggalan was an ugly, embittered young woman consumed by jealousy toward married women. Her unchecked rage led to a murderous spree, resulting in the deaths of innocent, pregnant women. As punishment, the villagers hung her head from a tall tree, tethering her legs to a bull. When the bull charged, her body was torn away, leaving her severed head dangling with organs intact. Celebrating their triumph over evil, the villagers were dismayed to find the head missing that night, unwittingly unleashing a hellish demon upon their small settlement. Regardless of the origin tale, the Penanggalan has become a terrifying symbol in Malaysian folklore. So the next time you find yourself in Southeast Asia, beware the night and keep an eye out for floating heads with a taste for blood. And there you have it, dear listeners, the bone-chilling tale of the Penanggalan. I hope you enjoyed this journey into the macabre. As you go about your day, remember to glance over your shoulder, for the night conceals mysteries that defy the light. Until next time, stay curious, stay vigilant, and may your dreams be undisturbed by the haunting presence of the Penanggalan. Sweet nightmares, everyone.